Everywhere you turn, you see POS business. Every nook and cranny, you see POS business. Well, whatever rocks their boat. Mr. Charles is here with me to discuss that particular topic.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gina, for that intro. That's why we keep saying entrepreneurship, yes, it's not for everybody. You know, some people are better off as a 9 to 5 job. Professionals, they do very well, you know, and all that. And that's why it is so funny when I see some organization, especially the government one, let me even mention the military. Somebody has spent 35 years in service. When he has 2-3 weeks to leave the service or 6 months to leave the service, they send them to Ushodi and say, okay, they're going to learn entrepreneurial skill, they're going to learn this, they're going to learn that, and all that. A proper assessment of that individual's own skills and passion has not been properly identified to suit a particular business that is right for that individual. It does not mean because you worked in the security outfit, the military, then when you come out, you go and set up your own security company. Or you go and be chief security officer in a school or in an establishment. Yes, because of what you have done over time, the experience you have gotten, you can use it to start a similar business. But how to choose a business that is right for you? Before I go into that topic, I will just take a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson, and I quote, "To be what we are, and to become what we are, and to become what we are capable of becoming, is the only end of life." You might not even know what you are capable of doing. You need to assess yourself. The mere fact that you are passionate about a particular business does not mean that that business will create wealth for you, because you have to consider the profitability, and that's why there is a formula: passion plus profitability equals wealth. You must be passionate about the business, yes, that you want to go into. Nothing is wrong with that. But what if you've not been able to assess the profitability of that business? Then you can't create wealth. And that is why we need to do a lot of work. Yes, like Gina mentioned earlier, POS business all over the place. Because people have said there is money, they are making money. But you that even enter that business, are you enjoying it? Profitability is there, but what about the passion for it? The other side of the equation. Because it's passion plus profitability that will give you the wealth. And so if it's because of the profitability you go into the business, there is no passion, what happens at the end of the day? Just like people work 9 to 5, they are not passionate about the job, they are not happy. Each time they go to the office, they're just looking at the time and all that. Because they tell you they have to pay their bills at the end of as long as they show up at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock till 5, they close, they work 30 days thereabout, their employers have no choice than to pay them money. But are you passionate about it? So how do you begin to choose the business that is right for you? That is a simple process, but maybe if we have time, next program, we'll be able to look at it in details. So 5-step process to help you come up with a business that is right for you and launch it in the right direction. Yes, don't think because you are passionate about this business, then it is going to be profitable. So let's look at the 5 steps that we can take. The first step is find your passion. Find your passion. I was discussing to a lady who has been in business for quite some time. Of course, she's a mini distributor of non-alcoholic drinks, alcoholic drinks, and all that. And I asked her, why are you in business? She said, to sell the goods. I said, that is just your end. You don't have any other reason that you are solving a problem for those who are having occasion by providing the drinks for the entertainment. It goes just beyond selling to them. You are adding value. And it was obvious that she was not passionate about that job. She was just there because, of course, when they supply her the drinks, she supplied those who have come to request for it, and it ends there. I said, but over time, she must have learned the skill of this business, because it is not a business, is a business. Somebody cannot just go into that business without having some experience. I said, okay, she will think about it, whether she really has the passion for it. But Mr. Charles, the money is there now, and that is why. So we always emphasize that for a business to be right for you, you must find your passion. Or somebody will say, I hate children. And because you think schools are flourishing all over the place, you go and open a school. And you've already said you hate children. You can't stand children. Or somebody will say, I'm a medical doctor. I want to go and specialize in pediatrics, and you don't like children. So you must first of all find your passion. What it is are the things that you love doing. And when you are doing it, even though you are not even paid for it, each time you are excited going to do that business. You have passion for it. And you don't even mind spending your whole day because of the passion you have for that business. So the first thing, you must find your passion. That's the first step. The second step, capitalize on your strength. You see, it is so funny that even in our educational system, they tell you, oh, you are good in mathematics, but you just work on your English language. You abandon the strength and you are struggling to meet up with that your weak point. Look at it this way. If you capitalize on your strength, this is your strength, and you make use of it very well, you will see a drastic improvement in your performance. You can only begin to look at your weak point if it is going to affect what you are going to do. So, you need to capitalize on your strength. For your weaknesses, yes, you can get other persons to do certain things for you, as long as it is not something that is a do or die. But it is good for us to concentrate on our strength. So that is the second step for you for looking for a business that is right for you. Another step again is assess marketability. That is there market for this business? Is the business moving? Because if your business cannot sustain you after you've started running the business, let's say a year, you are still struggling, the business cannot really sustain itself, then there is a problem. There is a problem. So you have to assess the marketability of this business. Because with time, the business is supposed to take care of itself. The business is supposed to pay you as the entrepreneur. Because you have done all your numbers, your business plan, you've taken care of equipment, taken care of your personnel, taking care of running costs and all that. At least you must have planned that for a year, so that you don't just start 2 months, you cannot pay your worker's salary. They are not sharing your vision. You are the entrepreneur. You are the risk taker. So after a period, maybe 6 months, 1 year, that you have not been collecting any allowance from that business, the business should begin to pay you. So you have to assess the marketability of any business you are going into, whether it is online or offline. You know, I see many online businesses these days, and they don't even consider the data they spend in doing that business. They don't consider it. They tell you, I don't rent a space. But what about the data you are consuming? The business has to pay for itself over time and pay you as the entrepreneur in that business, whether it is online or offline. There are costs that you incur while you are doing online business. Is that also, Gina?
Of course.
There are costs involved. So, and if that your business cannot sustain those costs, then you are no longer in business. So you need to assess the marketability of your business. The next step you have to look at is do your own work. It does not mean because everybody is doing POS, you too jump into POS. You need to do your own work. You know, though
Before
we have
it was a business center.
business center, now everybody is a POS. So you can see you need to do your own work. You know, we're not saying there will be challenges here and there. We've also said in entrepreneurship that it is even advisable that you don't even compete. You create. You create your own unique style so that there is a differentiation of your own POS business. People will see it differently. But for you to do this, you need to do your own work. You don't just get the same thing every other person is doing. You know, you need to be unique. What is that your unique selling point? If a customer interacts with you, what is that thing that you have done that will bring that customer to come back or pass several POS but it's coming to meet you? That means you need to do your own work very well. After you have done your own work very well in terms of the finances, the technology, the logistics you will require and all that, do it very well, then you begin to see how you are going to be serving the customers better than those who are already doing there. So don't compete, create. Then of course, the last point that you also need to consider is focus. Focus, focus. Like Gina said, it used to be business center. At the point, even been to pure water business. Now it's POS. The same persons who are even doing POS will now jump to another business again. So you need to focus, focus, focus. Learn all the tricks of the business. And you know what will sustain you because you are passionate about it. Even though there are challenges there, because of that passion that you have for the business, you will sustain despite the challenges you are going through. Like we say, challenges are the things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. You must have a goal for your business. Yes, I was watching a comedy program sometime and I got to a scene where the wife of the owner of the business was congratulating the owner that, look, oh, my husband, you started even as a bus conductor because you could not drive. And over time, after becoming a bus conductor for quite some time, you learned how to drive and you became a driver. From the money you saved, you from one bus, you bought 2 buses. Today now, you are a transport magnate. You have over 50 fleets with just less than 10 years in the business. So you can see that is focus, focus, focus. You have set goals for yourself. In that period, it does not mean it was just easy. There were challenges. But because the young man was focused, he was able to sustain the business. You can see how he started. Not knowing how to drive a car, a bus conductor. But again, I must mention, he was educated. You know, it was after a youth service that he started this business. As a bus conductor. And when he learned how to drive very well, with the money he has from his youth service and other, he was able to buy a bus, register it properly, and continue the business from 1 bus to 2 buses. He now had to employ drivers. And today he has over 50 fleets. Over 50 vehicles on his fleets. And he's doing very well. Even now went further to even doing maintenance of this vehicle. Even training drivers, safety techniques while on the highway and all that. A real full-fledged logistic and transport company. So we can see what focus can do. Passion. So I'll just review some of the steps you have to take to find the business that is right for you. 1, find your passion. 2, capitalize on your strengths. 3, assess marketability. 4, do your own work. And of course, 5 is focus, focus, focus. So you can see, if you follow these steps, you will be in business and you will have been adding value to your environment, to your community, and of course, develop some human capital that will sustain the business even when you have gone. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for that lovely session on the entrepreneurship segment. However, this is where we wrap up the BSR Afternoon Business Show. Do join us at 4 p.m. for the Nigerian Stock Exchange callover as well as the NAS callover. Have a lovely evening and stay blessed. School celebration.